Silke, thank you so much for being here at LMC Media Studio on the Ave for the Sound Shore Family Guide. Silke is here from the Cultural Care Au Pair program for anybody who's looking to bring in an au pair into their home. Silke, you're going to tell us a lot more about it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Silke, what is it like for to bring an au pair into your home and vice versa for an au pair to come to this country? What's this like? And why would somebody do it?
I think, everybody has their own reasons for doing it, but it's usually a family that's open for cultural exchange, that's trying to expose their kids to more of the world, but that also needs flexible childcare, and wants to share our traditions with them and wants consistency because your au pair comes and they live with you for up to 2 years. So you don't have to search for a babysitter. You have the same person taking care of your kids, and you giving them almost like another sibling, like another member of the family. And our au pairs come here for the experience of the American culture. They come to learn the language. They do like kids. They do love spending time with kids. Some of them have a background in childcare where they're from. And they also come to see the rest of the states, to travel and make new friends and just grow as persons, too.
The au pairs are usually between what age?
Between 18 and 26.
Okay. And do you work with all countries?
Yeah, Culture Care recruits from not every country in the world, but they recruit from Europe, Asia, South and Central America. Yeah, there's lots of different personality and cultures out there.
And how do you always have somebody from overseas that wants to come? So, for instance, if I called you today and I said, Silke, I need an au pair now.
Yeah. We do have a pretty good open big pool of au pairs. You can't call me today and say I need an au pair tomorrow.
No, of course not.
There's a little bit of a process, right? If you get an au pair that's overseas, you have to meet them online. You have to talk to them. And then when you decide on your au pair, and your au pair decides that you're the right fit for them, there's a time period where then Culture Care helps you to get the visa set, get travel arrangements, and gets everybody ready for the experience.
And that process is about how long?
I would say depending on country and depending on what the embassy's doing, but I would give it a good 6 weeks after a match, just to allow everybody enough time to get their ducks in a row and get ready, and also have a little bit more time to still communicate and get to know each other.
And after the 2 years, because that's the max that can stay with you, and so you obviously already are working on bringing somebody new to kind of overlap, so that if you do want to continue having an au pair in your home, you can.
It depends. So the au pairs, they come, they sign up for a year. Originally, that's a year. And then once they're here, they can decide, do I want to stay a little bit longer? Do I want to stay with my family? Or do I want to go see a different part of the country? So they could stay up to 2 years. But at some point within that first year, you either have the conversation if you're keeping your au pair, or you start looking for a new au pair. You go back on the website. Well, it's an app actually now. And you start the process over. You can see who's a good fit, what cultural exchanges you like, what would you like to bring on. And then you start the process. It's up to 2 years.
Do most of the au pairs go to school when they're here?
Yes, so they're actually required. It's a cultural exchange program, right? So part of that is for them to experience the American culture and experience a college or university environment. So they do sign up for classes. They do get some support from their host family to do that. And then they go to school. They can do anything from language school to, whatever their interests are. There's some au pairs go away for a weekend class and they learn about child psychology or business management or just whatever, photography. There's definitely that educational part to it.
And you have a lot of au pairs that are here, so do they get together often? Is there a kind of a support system among themselves as well?
Yeah, so that's actually part of why we have people like me, local person. We do organize meetings, mostly once a month, where we connect the girls that are in our groups and boys. We do have a few male au pairs, less that we do. So we connect them. We do fun things. We actually just had a meeting last week in White Plains with lots of local area LCC. So the different groups like the Larchmont, Mamaroneck, Rye, Harrison. We all met together and connected them. We did a scavenger hunt, which was a lot of fun. So there's lots of opportunity for them to get together. And then there's also Culture Care does organize bigger events. We actually have one coming up in a few weeks, which is a Mets game, which is for host families and au pairs. So everybody gets together and gets that American experience to go to the baseball
Going to a
field.
baseball game. Nothing more American than that.
Yeah, go see the Mets.
For real.
So, yeah,
and
it's great.
what are their major requirements for families if they are interested? And if they are interested, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, they go out online and fill out a registration form. There are some requirements. You do have to be a permanent resident or citizen because it's a visa program. You need to have the right space for your au pair. You have to be able to provide them with an adequate bedroom. And obviously, your background check has to come back clear. They will check a reference, and you do have to be open to the cultural exchange and be willing to welcome somebody into your home because you're bringing in another person that, and a young adult from overseas that might be away for the first time from their home. So, an open and loving relationship.
And what is your website?
It's culturecare.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
And, I do have my own, but
okay.
it's longer.
All right. Well, that's how you find out, culturalcare.com. And Silka, I know that you're a Rye representative, but you do have one here for Larchmont, Mamaroneck as well. So if you're interested, just make sure that you get in touch. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.